Good morning, Panthers. Today is May 23rd, and on today's show, we'll be diving into some exciting updates. First, we'll give you a full recap of the recent book fair and highlight what's coming up for promotion. We'll also talk about the latest surge in TikTok trends and why only 8th graders will be taking the science back this year. Plus, an interview with our vice principal for next year in the weekly Fernandez Files. Now it's time for Gems TV.
The yearbook signing party is next week on May 29th. Be the first to pick up your yearbook and join the party. They'll feature music, photo booth, yearbook accessories, snacks, and drinks for sale. The signing party begins right after school, so make sure to have your yearbook pre-ordered before they sell out. We have a new assistant principal joining us in August. Meet Mr. Roman.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Mr. Roman. I'm looking forward to joining the team at Glen Edwards next school year. Currently, I'm finishing out a role as vice principal at Miraloma High School in Sacramento. But before serving in that role, I worked at Lincoln High School as a teacher, worked at 12 Bridges High School as a teacher and wrestling coach. And then I took a year to get some experience as a vice principal. Then the position opened up, and I was super excited to apply and be offered the position so that I can come back. Some of you, I may look familiar. Mrs. Roman is my wife. She teaches over at Bosquet Ranch Elementary School, so I've definitely helped out and been on campus and around with her, even went on some field trips too. Next year, I'm really looking forward to getting to know all the students and staff on campus, getting involved in any extracurricular activities, any sporting events, being a goofball around campus. As you can see, there's a lot of weird things around here. So whenever you see me, you want to ask a question about anything that's on there or anything that's not on there, feel free to ask me a question. Really looking forward to getting the school year started so that I can be on campus and be a part of the GEMS family. All right, see y'all later.
The book fair was a few weeks ago. Let's take a look at how it went.
This past week was our Scholastic Book Fair. Let's do a recap.
So the book fair went really well. We had a ton of kids come. I think the students enjoyed these things the most, the pens, the erasers, the notebooks, all the things. And they came in before school, during lunch, and after school. Okay, so my favorite book at the book fair is Out of My Mind. It's such an amazing story, so I recommend it to everyone. And then I really like these Hunger Game books because, like, look how pretty they are. Like, they've got the painted edges. And then as far as the most popular books that people had, they loved the graphic novels. And then there was one book called Identikill that sold out that a lot of people have wanted to get.
It was fun. I got to buy some stuff, and the prices were a little on the overside, but it was okay.
It's cool, and books are cool too.
I thought it was pretty cool. I went with my mom, and it was very cool.
The book fair.
It looks really fun, and I see a lot of people buying posters.
I think they have really cool pens.
Sounds like the book fair was a lot of fun. I'm reporter Riley Stowers with videographer Avery Fortune with Gems TV.
And now it's time for sports.
Attention 6th and 7th graders. If you plan on playing a fall sport, cross country, boys flag football, or girls volleyball, make sure you get a current physical uploaded to the final forms before school begins in August.
Attention 7th graders, if you plan on playing boys basketball next year, there will be a meeting on Wednesday, May 28th at 3 p.m. in room 105.
And now back to the desk.
8th grade promotion is coming up soon. Brett has a chance to catch up with Ms. Fernandez to get some details.
Since it's the end of the year and the 8th graders are graduating, let's see what Ms. Fernandez does for promotion.
Actually quite a bit. We're already in the planning stages. Ms. Hargis is a huge resource and help for that. But basically, we have students split into equal groups. Most of the time it's with their PA teacher, but not always. And that last week of school, we do practices and getting the students lined up in the proper order, how they walk out to the ceremony, how they go to their chair, when they sit down, when they stand up. It's a lot of planning that goes into it, and then practice with the students and the teachers so that it looks nice and is a good ceremony and celebration on the actual day. So students have to arrive on time, just like a normal school day, but they'll go to the gym and line up with their teacher that is their promotion teacher. Most of the time will be their PA teacher, and make sure that they're all ready and in line, and we'll start in the gym. Then when the ceremony starts, which is at 9 o'clock, then the procession will start, and each class kind of follows, walks out. They go to their chairs, they wait until they're told to be seated, and then I'll have a speech. We have some students doing some speeches, and then the teachers come up and call the students' names. We also acknowledge awards at that time, and generally it takes about an hour for the whole ceremony. Parents and any guests are not allowed on campus until 8:30, or pay attention to the communication comes out, and they can only access from the back 3rd Street gate. So not the main student 3rd Street gate, but the gate that's kind of behind the 2-story, and there will be campus supervisors there or staff members there allowing them to come in at the appropriate time. They should bring chairs if they want somewhere to sit, but they won't access the campus through the front gates or through the front office unless it is someone that needs like wheelchair access or some other health reason access, and just that person with one guest can come and be in that area because it's a very small confined area.
Let's see what 8th graders are thinking about promotion. What are you most looking forward to for the promotion?
Summer break.
What was your favorite moment at GEMS?
I don't know.
What are you most excited about for promotion?
I'm excited about next year and football and going to high school.
What's going on and everything about promotion? I'm reporter Brett Rieger with videographer Tanner Chase Janicki with GEMS TV.
SBAC science testing is almost over. Enrique talks to Miss Sending about about the preparation.
For 6th and 7th graders, there's one SBAC test that isn't required like the 8th graders. That is the science SBAC test. Let's ask Ms. Sundin about more information on this SBAC. How have you been preparing kids for the science SBAC?
So all the 8th graders have been taking a look at some of the practice tests that are posted online, and they've been taking those questions and analyzing them, taking a look at what is it asking of you, how can you possibly solve it, and how much science information do you actually need, or is it just interpreting graphs and interpreting data to find some answers?
What's your opinion on only 8th graders needing to take it?
It makes it a little bit difficult. It's a big test. It would be kind of nice if they broke it up into individual grades so that the test could be a little bit shorter, but it's a long test for 8th grade.
Now that we have more information, let's ask some students about how they're preparing for it. How are you going to lock in for the SBAC?
We're going to study hard and hope for the best.
What's your opinion on it?
It looks difficult, but I don't know.
How are you preparing for the science SBAC?
You know, all week in science, we've been studying that SBAC, and we've been doing it, and we've been looking through the questions, so I feel really confident about this.
What's your opinion on only 8th graders needing to take it?
I think they shouldn't, because it's on all 3 years. I think every year,
Now we know a little bit more about the science SBAC. This is reporter Enrique de la Cruz and videographer Bodie McAllister with GEMS TV.
And now it's time for the latest Fernandez Files.
Hello, GEMS Panthers. This is another edition of Fernandez Files. Depending on when this airs, I think it is Friday the 23rd, and we have 8 days of school left. Cannot believe it. I know you guys are looking forward to it as much as the staff is as well. It's going to be a very busy 8 days. You definitely need to make sure that you are staying positive, productive, and professional, because these last 8 days
could be not a lot of fun for you if you are removed from those activities that we have planned. So speaking of activities, we have the cultural fair that's done by the 6th grade history teachers and 6th grade students on Thursday next week, the 29th. We also have yearbook signing. So for those of you who purchased your yearbooks, that's coming up Thursday the 29th after school. And then the last week of school is going to be a busy one. So make sure, again, you're positive, productive, and professional so you can participate in all of those things. We have a lot planned for our 8th graders every day those last 4 days. And then we have a lot of things planned for our 6th and 7th graders as well as their end of year activities where it's bowling for 7th grade, and we have the barbecue for 6th grade. So make sure you are staying positive, productive, and professional and earning those. And I'm looking forward to a great end of the year and even more so to a new start and a new school year next year. Have a great day, Panthers.
Have a great day, Panthers!
Companies like family from the top to the bottom, and you feel that support no matter what part of the company you're in. You feel the support of the whole family.
My dad, he's worked here for 28 years. My brother, he's been working here for 6 years. I graduated high school, waited till I was 18, saw a job opening, applied, and just kind of staying with it. The company's been huge for my whole family and possibly maybe my kids one day.
We're not a company of numbers, we're a company of people. I think it comes from Red Emerson. His greatest asset is the people that work for him. It's more than just working here. You know their families, you know what they do, you know their kids play baseball. It's definitely a family operation.
I went to my younger brother's that also works for Sierra Pacific. I looked on the bar stool and I seen his pay stub. I was like, wow, you're making that kind of money? He goes, yeah. And I said, well, the next time they're hiring, then you let me know. That was 14 years ago, and so that's how I got started.
We treat people like family. They aren't just employees. The strength of the company is the people, number one, and that forest resource, number two.
GEMS TV would like to thank our sponsors. Platinum level sponsors: Siller Construction, Lincoln Junior Zebras, Sierra Pacific. Gold level sponsors: Lincoln Museum, Mi Alegria Mexican Antojitos, Jensen Landscaping, Quality Metal Heating and Air. Silver level sponsors: Far West Rents and Ready Mix, Empire Gymnastics Center. Thank you for watching GEMS TV.